Scotty Appleman from the Appleman Group here with Muncie head coach Jason Gresh. Just going to ask him a couple questions about the team this year, and just ask him a couple questions, I guess. That's it. So Gresh, how do you feel about being district champs this past year and going into the state playoffs?
Yeah, it's definitely a great feeling. It's been a culmination of the senior group's work and the underclassmen. They kind of get overshadowed a little bit with it, but if they're not there to push these guys every day and give them the practice squad, it wouldn't work either. But you look at what they've done over their year, barely missing playoffs as freshmen. Sophomore year, where the COVID year was a mess, and we lose the first round. We lose the first round against Sayre, which kind of fueled them. Last year, the close loss, last second loss to Wyalusing at Mansfield was a rough one, and then taking care of it this year, so it was great. Strategy for tomorrow is to win. We're going to do what it takes, right? We have 2-3 different things that we have talked about as a group. We have different options, different sets defensively, different things that we're going to do if we need to, and then the strategy is just to win. I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to make changes that we need to make to win.
Absolutely. So what was the game changer with the game against Newman for the district title like? I mean, because you guys lost to them by 30. I just knew the whole time that you guys could beat them. What was like the big game changer?
You were in the minority if you actually believe that. So
I did.
There was, I believe there's probably about the 20 of us in the gym every day that actually thought we had a real chance. You root for him, but at the end of the day, we did get mercy rolled twice by him. So
right, man.
It's I think the game changer actually happened, believe it or not, at EJ. So we're in that EJ game. We're down 6 with about 4 minutes to go, and we just found a focus level that we have been able to maintain. We just played with a level of sharpness since then that's what it takes if you're going to win those types of games. And we've just come out and handled our business. Whether it was a blowout game and we handled it in the first quarter, but the first quarter we just set a tone, and and then in the games where we needed to play 4 quarters, we did so. So I really think that it goes back to there to really, if we're going to talk about what the game changer was. As far as the game itself, the kids just literally actually executed. I know that's crazy to say, but it's something that it's easier said than done. We can put anything on paper. We can put X's and O's down all at this time, but to actually get them to go out and do it, and then do it for 4 quarters and maintain a level of focus that it takes to do that for 4 quarters against a team like Newman, man, it was fantastic.
Yeah, for sure, man. And that's the thing, and that's one thing that I noticed too, is during that game against Newman, you guys were just on fire the whole game, and everybody was just working as a team. That's why I couldn't pick to interview just one player, because literally everybody just played lights out. Everybody played awesome. They played as a unit. It was just awesome.
They did. It was unbelievable. And you work on things and you don't know what's going to work in a game. And we tried one offense a couple times down at the beginning. We weren't really getting anything out of it. Switched to a different offense and literally were able to run the same offense for 4 quarters, which that never happens.
Right.
But
it was usually make adjustments.
There was zero adjustment happening. They tried to change their defense rather than adjust to the offense, and we were prepared for the changes in defense, and that a lot of that comes down so much to my coaching staff. They have so much experience. John, this is how we want to attack a 1-3-1, and he puts in what he wants, and I tweak it a little bit, and then the kids, literally the 1-3-1 offense we learned in 2 days. What we did, that's not what we usually run against a 1-3-1, but against that particular 1-3-1, we had to make some changes.
Yeah,
they learned it Monday, we practiced it Tuesday, executed it Wednesday.
So, yeah. That's crazy, dude. Yeah. That's awesome. So, how do you feel about your team this year? It just seems like as a unit, you guys, you just are really into these kids. You really like building into them, and so what's your coaching philosophy with this group of kids that you have this year?
It's such a great group of kids. They're such good kids. They want to get better. We're able to have some fun. We don't always have to be serious 100% of the time. But when it's time to be coached, I can coach them. Yeah. And that's such a big deal. It's, some kids, you have to be careful. And these guys, I can coach them. And I can tell them, when you're wrong, and what can I do to fix it? And then they're going to go out and make an honest effort to make that adjustment. And that's all you can ask out of kids. But they've been with me for ever. I mean, third grade, I walk into a third grade practice and see all these little tykes, and every year you do the same thing, and you just hope that I can build that relationship with them where they can trust me, and then when I can trust them to do the right things, that's when you're going to start feeling success or seeing success. We have a phenomenal group. Like, it's not just like some of these kids have been underrepresented, but like we don't get through what we get through. We don't have the level of success without those younger kids. We don't have the level of success without Patrick coming out every day and we can throw him against. We have to now find him every single time. Where's their shooter? We don't have to pick some kid out who we're going to call the shooter who the ball never goes in, because when Patrick shoots, the thing's going in. So now we literally have to find him, right? Yeah. And the shot's going to go in, and we didn't get there quick enough, right? And a lot of times, to be honest with you, Patrick's better than the other team's shooter. But that's just the luxury that we have, Absolutely. And Brady, I mean, what a difference! How grateful we are that he came back to us this year. He gives us he gets frustrated with his offense, but I told him in football season, I don't care if you score a point. You come out and be you, do what you do, be able to play defense, rebound the ball, and run, learn, and go. And he's done that. I mean, there's a kid, he didn't even get in the district championship game, and he was literally ear to ear smiles like, I don't care. It's good, coach. I'm good. Like he's
part of the team.
Right. Yeah. And Braden, obviously, unfortunately got injured a couple weeks ago. Hopefully he's back and, we can get him some minutes tomorrow. But again, another great piece to go out and have these guys scrimmage against on a daily basis. I mean, it's such an underlooked or overlooked, I should say, part of the team that, and we're talking about a JV team that lost 2 games. Like we're not like they only lost 2 games.
They're a team,
right? Cohen, can go in and bang, and Connor Shear, we're glad he's back. The speed that he brings, and it allows us to have something else to practice against. And then Styles does what Styles does, and that it may be his best asset is getting under Ross's skin in practice, which is phenomenal. Like it's great, And if that's what it takes, that's great,
sure.
And the freshmen, the one big thing that I will tell you that is going to be a huge difference next year is that we've got 4 extra weeks of practice with these guys.
Oh,
these freshmen have gotten 4 extra weeks of coming in every day and working on skills. We're not worried about whether they can run an offense, or they're working on skills to get better.
Yeah.
And so now we've got a head start on next year.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Absolutely. That's that extra play time. It's funny, my dad and I always talked about it with like Southern Columbia, for example, like their football program, like for every 2 seasons that they have is like 4 regular seasons. Correct. For a team that doesn't make it to the state playoffs and stuff. You get that many more reps.
This is our 2nd straight year of that, and all of a sudden you start adding months on.
Yeah, right.
Months. So you're adding months, and you think about what do the college football teams? Why does a team that's a 500 team want to go to a bowl game? Like why? What? Well, because I get 6 extra weeks of practice or whatever. Like that's why I want to go. It doesn't matter where I go to the bowl game, but I get to practice all that time legally.
Right.
So it's just great.
Absolutely. So what was it like, going into that practice? When you went into that practice when those kids were in 3rd grade, were you like, this is going to be that team?
No, it's not quite how it works. I wish that's how it worked, right? You walk in and you do it every year, and you see these kids and they're all smiling and scared to death because it's their first practice ever, and you watch them and you just watch them develop over the years. And, come 7th and 8th grade, you start seeing, man, these guys are starting to really pull away from the other teams.
Yeah.
What do we have to do? How far can we push them? I've been able to do that with the last few teams. The last few years, we've had some pretty good success in our sub-varsity levels. Like we're talking the last 2 years, I think we've lost 10 games sub-varsity.
Wow.
Total, 7th, 8th, and JV. Like,
that's pretty crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy. So how far can we push? What else can we layer so that when they get to me, I can keep layering, right? And then that's how you're going to build a program and ultimately build success. So, I mean, absolutely. It's just blessed to have kids that can handle it.
How do you think the kids are feeling about the game tomorrow? Like Ross, Branson, Mojo, how do you think they're feeling about going into the game?
They are confident. They're a confident bunch, and they deserve to be confident. They've worked to the point where they're allowed to be confident. They probably have less nerves a lot of times than I do, which is phenomenal. I mean, we're literally leaving the gym before the Sarah game, And Ross says we're going to get a dub tomorrow and we're going to get a dub Saturday. Okay, well, let's worry about tomorrow first. But he's already thinking Northwest. Really, we get off the bus in Northwest. He's like, we're winning Wednesday. I'm like, yeah, we're winning for sure. Like, yeah, but that's not what's really going through my mind. I'm like, how are we slowing down Davion? That's the bigger problem. What are we going to do? But that's just their mentality as a group.
Yeah.
Their mentality is, we play together so long. And I'll tell you, the hardest thing for any team to accept, and it's really difficult, is I may not even score tonight, but as long as we win, we're good, right?
That's what a team is.
It is, but that's easier said than done. It's really hard. It's really, really, really hard, Scotty. I'm going to tell you, like teams struggle that we've had teams in the past where that scorer thinks he has to be the scorer.
Yeah.
We don't have to have that this year, and it's really, really, really changed this group as the years progressed, and they trust each other more. All 5 of them to do the right thing. In fact, they get on each other for not taking shots as much as anything, as opposed to why did you shoot that? So, just a real luxury for the 5 of them. To have 2,000 point scorers in the same 4-year period is insane, absolutely insane. So yeah, just really blessed with it.
How do you feel about Gresh?
I like him. I've had him since a math teacher since I was in 7th grade. So I've had him every year as a teacher, and I've had him every year as a coach because he's helped out in junior high for us. So it's kind of nice, and I've been there with him for a while. So it's like kind of personal. So it's like fun. Yeah. It's a lot better to play for him. I like it.
When you have a coach like Gresh who's been with us since we were 12, 13, 14 years old, it kind of helps because he knows our strengths, he knows our weaknesses, and he knows that we always play well together, and he also knows the offenses that we excel at. So when you're with a guy for so long, it kind of becomes more like a family and less like a coach thing. So it's like he's like the dad of our team, and dads know what's best, parents know what's best, so he'll guide us in the right direction and take us to the W on Saturday.
Gresh is the type of coach any kid would want, any athletic kid or who plays sports. He's enthusiastic, goal-oriented. He knows what he's doing, and I think he's really helped us push to our best, to be our best.
I love him to death. First, it's easy to talk to him about anything, basketball, outside of basketball, so that's really good. And he makes practice fun. He's just an overall good-around person. He's a great teacher. He's there whenever you need him. He's awesome.
I love Gresh. He does a great job. Great coach. Been the head coach since I've ever been started playing basketball. So he's been to all my games in elementary school, in junior high, everything. So he just knows all the players so well, and so he knows how to put us in the right positions and get us ready to win. He's super smart. He knows the game. I think he does a great job getting us prepared, and I love him.
Congratulations on the district title.
Thanks.
And good luck. We'll see you at the game.
All right.